Well, it's shout out time again in the canyon. 400 subscribers. That's pretty cool. I haven't been, plumping for subscribers. I haven't been promoting my website. I haven't even been putting anything up for a long time. So 400, that makes me happy. That's a good number. Thank you very much. I actually saw that I lost a few people over the Church Chronicles, which disappointed me. It's not my intention to offend anybody. Honestly, it isn't. I just like to air points of view that I think are neglected sometimes. I like to look at the other side of issues. But it's not my intention to be offensive or to put down other people's points of view. It really isn't. So, 400 subscribers. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. And I want just to remind us that we're all on the same side. We're all part of the same race, the human race. We all live on the same planet. We're all in the same boat. If the economy goes down, it hurts us all. If the economy improves, we all benefit. If the government does a bad job, we all hurt. If it does a good job, we all benefit. Sometimes, especially in political or religious discussions, we start to think that the other guy is the enemy. It's not true. We're all on the same team because we're either, ultimately, we all win or we all lose. And we all, this is the important thing, we all want the same things. You know that? It doesn't matter if you're left or right. It doesn't matter if you're a Baptist or a Buddhist or an atheist. It doesn't matter who you voted for. We all want the same things. The liberals want a safe world for their children. They want employment that is meaningful to them and that will give them a decent lifestyle. They want enough food for their children. They want stability and security and happiness and love. And the conservative wants the same stuff. It's important to remember now and then that what we argue about is just how we're going to get there. We disagree sometimes on how we can make it happen. But we all want the same thing and we're all in the same boat. And I think it's really important to bear that in mind. Now, this is already getting long. I want to just look at something real specific. Go to Google, play around for half an hour, and you can find out exactly what it costs to keep a young man in prison, say, for 40 years. Those costs are well recognized. The cost of building jails and food services and probation officers and wardens and guards, and we know all that stuff, the courts and the police. But what we don't seem to know, and I think it would be nice to find out, is what would it cost to keep that young man out of prison forever? When a young person, or an old person either, but let's talk about the young folks. When a young person is experiencing conflict or a lack of adjustment in his life, and that is a whole bunch of us as we go through those young years, our society has nothing to say to a troubled youngster until he or she breaks the law. Then we have a response. Then we get the cops in there, we take him to court, we convict him, we give him a record that will prevent them from ever having a decent job, and we teach them to be real criminals, put them in the university of prison. That's a pretty counterproductive response to young people with troubles. And I think it would be worth having some discussion about, instead of how we can catch more crooks, is how we can support and encourage more young people to be healthy adults. Would that be nice? If a young person is doing drugs, are we really benefiting and protecting our young people by arresting them and giving them a lifelong criminal record, putting them in prison? Something to think about. That's not the best response that we have to offer. I'm convinced of it. So that's what I want to say today is, let's look at some alternatives in the way that we address problem people in our society. There has got to be a better way than locking them up. Don't you think? 400. You guys are pretty cool. I appreciate it. I'm working on some new stuff. I hope to get it to you, well, sooner the better. And don't forget, we're all in the same boat. We really are.